Susie. Or should I say, aloha, Susie.
Aloha.
Why didn't I bring my ukulele?
You should have.
I could be like giving you a taste of the islands in your own office, serenading you to the sweet sounds of the ukulele.
Episode 312, and I thought of you so much during my trip because there were so many ukulele stores. It's not even like
Did you see if any of them sold left-handed ones?
Oh, that's a good question. I should have looked more carefully. I mean, I just think it's funny that they don't have like music stores. They have ukulele stores. Very niche market.
Yeah. But then everybody there has one. You know, it feels like you got to play if you're in that.
When you go to Hawaii, you have to take your ukulele.
Oh, yeah, I should. But then, see, I was thinking about this. I'm like, am I taking it to...
to learn?
I mean, is it like bringing a knife to a gunfight?
Right, exactly.
I mean, bad analogy, but whatever other analogy. Or like bringing a checkers game to where everybody else is playing chess.
Right, it's a Alanis Morissette situation. I mean, you can learn a thing or two, I bet.
Oh, that's a good point. Go in there as a student.
Yes.
And like be like, I'm here to absorb maybe just anything from the people around me playing.
You know,
yes, good idea, Sus.
Like when someone else makes a salad for you, it tastes so much better. I think it'll be like that when, this is also a bad analogy, but if you take your ukulele to Hawaii, then I feel like it'll sound even better.
Oh, yeah, you're probably right. Plus, it'll probably like infuse it with like the vibes of the islands.
Yes. I'm all for this.
I'm into it.
Or maybe you'll just find one you can buy, a one that you like.
Oh, that's cool. Or at the very least, a cool sticker for the back of it.
Yeah. Do you have any on there yet?
No, but you know, I got to get on that.
Yeah, it seems like the right thing to do.
So, Suze, give us your highs and lows from the trip.
Oh my God. I mean, it was a magical vacation. Truly. My kid's old enough where like I can actually rest, you know, because he's not going to drown or whatever. And that makes a big difference.
And this just in.
Yeah.
Susie, surfer girl. I mean, here's you like a few episodes saying like, oh my gosh, you look at you snowboarding. But I opened up my Insta story and saw you and was like, oh my God, she's doing really good.
You know what?
And that is hard, Suze.
Yeah. I was proud
You crushed it.
of myself.
You should be.
Thank you.
Was it like super easy for you to just like do that, or did it take some practice? I feel like you were a natural.
No, yeah,
there.
the first time I went right up. It was weird.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I just have good
You got to get
balance.
out there. I think that maybe is your thing. You could be like a cool longboarding like
right
mom.
I did not think I was going to do well, and it took my guy. I had an instructor, and it took him a really long time to feel comfortable enough to let me out there because I was doing that thing I do where I'm like, I don't know, I don't get it,
Suze.
and I really have to stop doing that because
Yes, you do.
He was like, why did you act like you didn't think you could do this? Like
This is a life lesson.
Yeah, it is.
As surfing is, I'm sure they talked to you about that.
Well, I love my
It's
guy.
like a metaphor.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was great. He was a good fit for me because, like, he would be like, what is a wave? Like, scientifically, what is a wave? I'm like, yes, what is a wave? Let's get deep.
That is so cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Suze.
It was really nice.
Yeah, you should definitely. That would be real fun.
Are you going to go surfing when you go out?
You know, I don't know if we'll have time, but if we do, I definitely will try.
But you're like an expert, though. Haven't you done it a million
No.
times?
Yeah, but like it's, you know, I'm not like an expert by any means. I probably look exactly like you on that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can catch a wave and I can stand up and do what you did.
Yeah.
We're like the same.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Well,
we should go together.
Yeah.
Match skills.
We should do one of the, like, by the way.
Tandem surfing.
By the way, the song that I was trying to think of the other day was She's Like the Wind. And remember when I was like, Patrick Swayze, I think he had a hit song, and I couldn't remember it. I thought it was Lady in Red.
Oh, She's Like the Wind. Can you give us a little sample?
It's just really earnest. Like I just know the chorus when he's like, she's like the wind. It's very serious.
Yes.
Anyway,
were you thinking about that song while you were had your hair blowing in the wind?
No. I was just about to say you and I should recreate that Go-Go's song, Vacation.
Oh yeah, I love that.
We could do like a little
something. And they're on surfboards and all, right?
They're on like those water skis, but like same dip.
Oh, water skis. That's it. Yeah.
Anyway,
yep.
I think it's funny that I come back from Hawaii and then you go there.
I know. That just clicked in my head the other day too when I was looking at your pictures and I was like, wait a sec, I'm going to be there next week.
That's
what the heck?
crazy.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is.
What are the chances?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's good to be back. It's good to see you. I missed you.
Yes. Oh, I missed you too, Sue. I always do. This felt like a long one, a long stretch.
You're really like winding down your grad school experience.
Oh, I sure am. I have to like get my head in the game though.
I know, because you kind of get senioritis.
I have that.
Yeah.
Full blown. I'm doing the math and I'm like, what project can I not turn in and still get a passing grade? Like, what work can I not do? And then I think I did a really good job in the beginning of getting all my hours in. Like, we have to hit a certain amount of face-to-face hours and relational hours before we graduate. And I'm good. I need like 4 more hours. And I got 8 weeks to do it or 6 weeks to do it. And everybody else is like, if I have one client that leaves, I won't make it. And, maybe I have to stay or I don't know what they do. But so I feel like cool as a cucumber about the rest of this.
Wow. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
really
feel like
good.
this is like the only time in my whole life I haven't procrastinated.
Oh my God.
And it was by accident.
Right.
I should apply these same techniques of doing a lot of work in the very beginning. Oh, now I know why. Never mind. That makes sense.
What?
Because it just clicked. I was like, why am I so far ahead? Because I had probably like a month or two at the clinic before I had to take a medical leave because I was so sick when I got pregnant.
Yeah.
So I just withdrew, but they still count the hours that I worked with clients.
Good.
So I still got those. So, I got a head start. I was like, why is everybody else so struggling? Like, what the heck?
Losers.
Meanwhile, I had a 2-month head start. Here I am thinking that I didn't Nope, turns out I did. Glad we came to the bottom of this, and I could just check myself for the rest of these 6 weeks. Thank you.
I do not understand procrastinators.
Yeah, I'm learning to be better at that.
Like, it's so unenjoyable. You can't even enjoy the procrastinating because you have to do work eventually.
But it's one of those things where we know it in theory,
yeah,
but in practice and in the moment,
yeah,
it's that our brain wanting a quick, like, you have to really weigh it out.
Yeah.
I say this to you all the time. Like, you have to like rationalize with your own brain and like break it down and give your brain a reality check. Like, look, brain, we are spending 25% of our day worrying about this thing we have to do.
Yes.
And we've done that for the last 2 weeks. That's a lot of our time. So why don't we just instead spend 30 minutes putting effort into that thing we need to do and then not have to worry for the next however long?
Yeah, but humans are dumb.
We have to do that.
We do
right?
the
That's why
same.
you have to rationalize.
Mm-hmm. We all do it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know.
Well, one thing I do know is that if you own a small business or, you just have a lot of work at home that you have to keep organized, there is a service called HoneyBook, and they help you with all the tedious administrative tasks that so many of us that are freelance have to deal with, sending invoices or, managing all your... Like if you use QuickBooks or Google Suite or MailChimp, they will help you consolidate the services, which is so awesome because I use all of those things. And a lot of people that are like photographers and designers and entrepreneurs, they spend all this money each year trying to figure all this stuff out. But HoneyBook helps you do it in an easy one-stop shop kind of way. It's your business just better with HoneyBook. And right now, HoneyBook is offering our listeners 50% off your first year with promo code BrainCandy. Payment is flexible, and this promotion applies whether you pay monthly or annually. Go to honeybook.com and use promo code BrainCandy for 50% off your first year. Get paid faster and work smarter with honeybook.com, promo code BrainCandy. I mean, that's like who? I don't know. I swear I don't know anyone that's not self-employed at this point. So that's just like
And you know
easy.
what I'm thinking this is good for? Is as somebody who did own a small business and like all my Etsy stuff.
Yes.
The same kind of person who's really creative and can make all that stuff often sucks at the
business.
And I know this because I am that person.
Right.
That's why Susie handles all of the operations. I don't know how to do it.
Well, because you're the
this is
creative
a great way to
brain.
Right.
Yeah. And
the chances of getting those two in one package is like, I mean, come on.
Right, you're only human. Jeez.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Leonardo da Vinci would have loved this. Wouldn't have to work with all those churches and Medici family.
I
guess
one
that's
of those.
Whatever.
You know how we always talk about when you're on an airplane and then you watch a movie and then you cry?
Oh, yes.
And by the way, I mean, we've talked about it so many times, but it is true. It's the pressurized air.
Can I guess which movie you cried at?
Yes.
Instant Family.
No, I didn't see that.
Damn. I was really hoping that was it because I cried on the airplane.
I do not watch rom-coms.
That is not a rom-com.
Oh, what is it?
It's about a family, Mark Wahlberg and I can't remember who the girl is, but they they foster children and they think they're just getting like one and they end up with 3 and it's a true story.
Oh, wow.
And it's so cute and I thought it was adorable.
Really?
I totally cried.
But, so it's a comedy, but you're saying it's not romantic.
It's about a family.
Comedy.
It's like, instant family. Like they adopt the kid, they foster the kids and it's like the whole, what it's real, and the sad parts, the happy parts, it's great.
No, I like to feel sad, so I don't go for those.
Oh, you want sad? Okay. Lay it on me. What'd you watch?
Boy Erased.
Oh, okay. Tell us everything. I did not see it yet.
Well, I've been wanting to see it for so long. It's also a true story about a gay conversion therapy that is often imposed upon conservative religious people who want their kid to stop being gay. And it's still legal in 35 or so states to have gay conversion therapy.
God.
And so anyway, it was a film about that. And it's just so intense because obviously, as somebody who studies religion, I'm very familiar with this situation. But to see it portrayed, it was really horrifying. And just
do you know anybody who went through gay conversion therapy?
I do not. Good question. Do you?
No.
My God. I probably do, but don't know that I know them,
You know what would be interesting is to do an interview with somebody who did.
Yes, it would.
Like put that out there in the Twitterverse.
I do know that the guy that founded Exodus International, which is like the main one, he followed me on Twitter, which I don't know why.
Wow.
But I have asked him for an interview, and he has said yes, but it never came to be. But in that interim period, even though he was running Exodus International, he came out eventually and was like, like this doesn't work.
Yeah, I think that was I mean, come on, you are loved by the gay community, and you are very open about that. And I think he was like, "Ooh, I like her," and,
right?
And then it all makes sense to me.
Yeah, so I would love to interview somebody who's been through it because, I mean, you just can't even conceive of how terrible it would feel to think that you are a sin, but just who you are is a sinful nature.
Yeah.
And
have you seen? I mean, this is like putting not a happy spin on it, but like finding comedy in it. Did you see the Will and Grace where they go to the conversion camp?
Yes.
That's a great
episode. Is a great episode because it is funny how like the counselors are all still very gay, and that's because you can convert someone, dummies.
Right.
But it was just really sad to think that not only did this happen and does it still happen, but that a lot of young people, take their own lives as a result of being rejected by their family. And it also put a light on, how homelessness is so much of a risk for LGBT folks. And you can see why, because if your family says they will disown you if you're gay, and then you have no support, you have nowhere to live, and it just it's a cycle of just abuse, and made me cry on the plane.
Oh, Suze.
I just love those people, and I just wish that things would change a little faster. So I guess that's...
Oh, it's so important. It's like those kind of movies. I just hope that somehow the right people who are watching, who need to learn those things, that somehow...
I was reflecting, too, on my own upbringing and how, like, on my first Road Rules, I was still very much a conservative Christian. And I said in an episode, like, love the sinner, hate the sin, about gay folks. And I just hate it that exists in the world, and it's something that I believe. But, we have to reckon with our past.
Yes.
And all of that.
Yeah. And grow and,
I just,
be able
it's so weird, though, because I've always loved gay people and, like, been really enamored with gay guys in particular. And I think back to, like, how did I make sense of that in my brain? That I clearly was exploiting and enjoying the parts that I liked about that culture, but then was condemning it at the same time.
Oh, that's tough.
Right?
Yeah.
Maybe, like, deep inside, I always was a big fan of the gays.
There you go. You knew it. Yeah, it's like you have to compare yourself to who you were yesterday.
Yeah.
Not who you,
should be.
Yes. Because that's how growth happens.
Whenever you were, like, I know you still identify as a queer woman, but when you were actually living the gay life, did you meet a lot of people who thought what you were doing was sinful? And did they tell you that? No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Nobody said that to you.
Because I surrounded myself with that, with people who didn't, I'm trying to think. Yes, actually, I take it back. I was not really dating, but there was a guy who was trying to date me, and I was definitely not interested in dating men at the time. It was right when I was like, you know what? No, I really want to be with women, and that feels more comfortable. And I told him that, I think at the time I told him I was gay, and he was really upset about that.
Wow.
And I think he really internalized it and thought maybe he had something, but I'm like, this has nothing to do with you. And
it's not you,
I think
it's
he was,
me.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like the one time that is actually true.
Did he make you feel like you were a sinner?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And
like he made me feel gross, like disgusting and dirty. And like, I don't know if it was necessarily religious based. It was just like.
He just was mad he couldn't have you.
Yes. That's probably it.
Wow.
God. And the crazy thing is, I had so many, I could remember where he lived. I could remember sitting in my car. I could remember telling him. I could remember him getting mad at me and walking out. I can remember where his house was. I can't for the life of me remember what he looks like or his name.
No way.
It's one of those times where, it's like heightened state of emotion and you remember like central details versus peripheral ones and like whatever you're like I just for some reason I can't see his face. I don't know who he is. It's the weirdest thing in my mind.
That's super weird.
Yeah.
There was a lot going on, though, for you, so.
Yeah, a lot. So I think that probably has something to do with it.
If you have a lot going on, you could probably use a little service we like to call Postmates.
Oh, man, I did it the other day to get stuff for s'mores.
No way.
Yeah.
What, did you just have a craving or what?
Yeah, and it was late. We had been drinking wine and didn't want to drive. And then the Postmate deliverer pulls up and goes, "This is the cutest thing I've ever picked up."
Postmates is your personal food delivery, grocery delivery, whatever you can think of delivery service all year round. You don't have to go to the store in the middle of the night when you have a s'mores craving like Sarah. Yep. Or if you need your coffee fix during work, or if you just want to get dinner for your family. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, Postmates will bring what you want within the hour. Anything you're craving, they can deliver. For a limited time, Postmates is giving our listeners $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days. To start your free deliveries, download the app right now and use our code BRAINCANDY. That's BRAINCANDY for $100 of free delivery credit for your first 7 days when you download the Postmates app. Get anything you need anytime you need it. Download Postmates and save with the code BRAINCANDY. I think I told you how Scott Yeager texted me and was like, there's got to be a catch with that, right?
Yep.
I'm like, no.
No catch.
No catchy.
Yeah, we had friends over when we ordered the s'mores, and the girl, one of the gals who was there said, "Oh man, that probably cost you $50." And I was like, "Nope." And I showed her the bill, and she was like, "What?" And I said, "Use my code." And I totally said, I swear to God, I said that exact I was like, $100 free delivery. I showed her the bill. She was like, "Dang, that's good."
It's really good. How were the s'mores?
I swear,
were they
true
yummy?
story, that all happened. Oh my gosh, so good. And full disclosure, Landon woke up this morning and looks over at my nightstand, and we had gone out last night to this charity dinner and definitely drank wine and had a great time. And I had a little stack on the side of my bed of graham crackers and chocolate because I had homemade cold s'mores last night.
Oh, that sounds so good.
I have no regrets.
Yeah, isn't
and he
that fun?
looks over at my nightstand, and there's a half a graham cracker and one chocolate that didn't fit in the.
It's when you go on a date and you try to be demure and you don't eat very much, and then you come home and eat everything you can find. Those are some of the funnest times when you get home after a night out and you're like, you know what, I didn't eat that much, and then it's like tiger feeding.
Yep, that was what it was. Yep, and all the evidence on my nightstand the next morning.
That's evidence of a good night, I say.
Yep, I had no regrets, except I probably look a little tired today. What do you think? No.
Yeah, you're hanging in. You're hanging in.
Yeah.
I watched a video about the truth about wasabi.
Oh my gosh, tell me, because you know what's so funny?
What?
Everything we talk about, I have a crazy story about.
That's
so
why you're
tell
the
me the
best
history of wasabi.
Co-host ever.
It's so dumb. What the heck?
What is your story?
Tell me your story. No, first tell me the history.
Okay, well, this was on...
The truth. Excuse me.
That's seriously the name of the video, and it's on Atlantic video page. And it's not sinister or anything, but... But it was... You know how they always say that the wasabi that you get with your sushi or whatever is usually not true wasabi?
Right,
I don't actually think I've ever even had true wasabi.
Oh, it's good. It almost comes like a root kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's white and...
Mm-hmm. Wait, is it white on the plate?
Yeah, it's
a lighter...
Is it white? No, it's green.
Yeah.
But it's it's a different... It's super spicy and almost kind of bitter.
Yeah.
And
well...
It looks kind of gingery almost.
Yeah, that's what I would compare it to. In the video, it was showing a wasabi farm, and... it just looked kind of like ginger and a teeny tiny little pineapple, kind of the texture of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just talking about this is a family business, and it's a beautiful video. You know how oftentimes that documentary style is so gorgeous, but it was really kind of the story of their family business, but also just about how, they're sad that this industry that's 300, 400 years old is kind of being made obsolete by just cheap horseradish wasabi. Mm-hmm. But it mustn't be the real thing.
Oh, is that what the other stuff is? Horseradish?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Just kind of colored horseradish mixed with something.
Oh.
Cheap and cheerful.
Huh.
But the real thing must be kind of gross. Like you're saying, a little bitter and just not palatable, because otherwise people would be willing to pay a little more for the real thing, don't you think?
I think they don't know.
Well, but maybe the reason we don't know is because it's kind of gross.
Oh. Well, I'm going to have to... You know who would know about this is Landon.
I was going to say.
He will know, and he'll be he'll have a whole thing about, oh, no, we've got that in the pantry, and here's why.
Yeah, you probably have
he'll
some.
Have the whole... Guaranteed I do. Yep.
Well,
yep.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. there's certain things that are fake, like imitation crab is so popular. I don't know.
Hollandaise.
Yeah, gross though, but the real thing is so much better.
It's so good, but the majority of the restaurants you have hollandaise at are not giving you the real thing. It's like that powdered mix stuff because it doesn't last. You have like you have to eat it fast. That's why a lot of places will have like, they'll offer eggs Benedict, but before a certain time. Like, you know, we stop serving eggs Benedict at 10 o'clock because that's how long the hollandaise last.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, it's about money, and if they can use the fake stuff and you're just as happy, then I guess they're gonna.
Yeah. And it's, American sushi versus actual, Japanese sushi is so different. So it's like they're...
You know what's crazy? I couldn't hardly find just regular sushi in Hawaii. Like, they have poke, but not... just regular sushi, and that shocks me because it's just fish everywhere. What are they doing?
Yeah. I don't know.
What's a gal got to do around here to get a little sashimi?
But did you have the delicious Hawaiian plate, like
what?
With the they're like Hawaiian plates. They come with usually some kind of meat, and it'll be rice and macaroni.
What the heck?
Like a macaroni salad. Oh my gosh.
This was not offered to me.
You're missing out on the best. Oh, the best. It's like, I wish I could go there and then bring you back a Hawaiian plate of, there are those places that even in California they have like called the Loft. They're like and it's the stuff that they have there. They're like chicken teriyaki with a side of rice and a side of like a macaroni salad. And, oh, my God, it's so good.
Well, I don't know what I was doing wrong. Well, actually, I know what I was doing right. I was going to say I actually lost weight on my vacation, but it's because, I actually moved my body.
Oh, yeah, because you were so active. I'm like, oh, my God, I gained so much weight in Hawaii. I ate everything.
You would think.
Spam musubi.
I was anticipating quite a bit of weight gain, but...
And you know those delicious spam musubi things that we have?
Yes! I was looking for those.
Didn't find those either?
No, but I did hear people talking about them. Like, you could go to, like, certain markets.
Yeah.
And if people don't know about this, in Hawaii, they're huge fans of Spam.
Huge.
And
huge.
They make these delicious rolls that I had at Sarah's. Landon made for us. It's like Spam sushi roll.
Yep.
So
They're
freaking
the best. It's so good. And everybody's like, ew. I'm like, no. It's the best. I said the same thing. I tried it, and Landon has the... when we were in Hawaii, I tried it, and he has it on video. He, videotapes me trying it, and you see me I don't know about this, and then just, fireworks going off in my mouth and just joy across my face.
Why does Spam have such a bad reputation in the U.S., though? The mainland?
I would say it probably has something to do with, the association we make of it being,
canned meat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we're fine with all kinds of garbage.
That is totally true.
I mean, it's no worse than Doritos.
Super anti-spam. That's true.
But these are good. If you ever get offered one of these Spam rolls, don't turn your nose up. You will regret it.
Yes, so good.
You'll also regret it if you do not get some awesome furniture from Joybird.
Oh, yeah.
Gorgeous. I keep looking. I'm trying to choose a console because I want to have a record player, table.
Suze, yes.
Yeah. We need more music. That was my New Year's resolution, so I want to get a record player to facilitate that. You've seen our Joybird furniture. Sarah has it in her house. We have it in our studio and in our house, and it is so sturdy, beautifully handmade, one-of-a-kind furniture because you can design it to match your taste. You can pick from a wide range of kid and pet-friendly upholstery options. Yes. Do you let your dogs up on yours? Or do you
let? No. But if you saw my Insta story the other day and my dog sitting on the back of the couch like a bird, that is a Joybird couch, and I got the pet
Oh, pet friendly. Okay.
Yeah, it looks fantastic despite him having that as his perch.
Yes, it was so cute. His little buns.
Get the heck down.
Hanging up on there. It's quality handcrafted furniture, and it just looks so gorgeous, but it's also really well made, which sometimes when you shop online, you wonder if you're going to get the quality that you want, and you definitely will. And they have a 365-day home trial. Skip the furniture store. Have you ever been in one of those? Nightmare. See how Joybird is revolutionizing online furniture shopping. Create the furniture that brings you joy today at joybird.com/braincandy. Go to joybird.com/braincandy and receive an exclusive offer for 25% off your first order by using code BRAINCANDY.
Yeah, man. So another thing that, well, I regretted, the wasabi story that I was going to tell you. So we were out at one of those, what's the places called where they're like Japanese restaurants with the grill in front of you and they like
hibachi
with the onion. Hibachi. It was a hibachi grill place. I wish I could say I was like 7 when this happened. Nah, I was 15 years old. And we were out at dinner with my friend's family, and it's the dad her dad is the guy who walked me down the aisle. So he's like practically like my dad. And, you know, guy I trust, father figure, look to him for advice, you know, thinks he has my best interest in mind. So we sit down at the table, and he's like a big jokester. And he goes, "Oh, look, a palate cleanser," and passes me a spoonful of wasabi that I ate.
You did not.
Shoved the whole thing in my mouth. We're talking a good tablespoon worth of wasabi that I ate. And if you've ever had too much wasabi, I had this allergic reaction happening. Like, you know, as the Spam musubi was like fireworks in my mouth. Well, this was also like fireworks, but in a very bad way. And I like sneezed, or like it got caught in my sinuses because I like did this weird cough thing. My eyes were burning, and I was tasting wasabi for like 2 weeks after that.
For real?
It was awful. And that's not even the worst part of the night. The worst part is I don't know which happened. I think maybe, I don't know if this happened before or this happened after, but at some point in that night too, I was in this very like, I need to find out how the world works time of my life. But I was like, I wonder if this thing is hot. And instead of like splashing some water on the grill or like touching something else on it, I freaking put my whole hand on it.
What is wrong with you?
What the hell is wrong with me? It was a night of pain. I'm like, there is something wrong with me.
Was it your dominant hand? I don't know which
happened first. No, I remember. Oh my God, I can remember. No, it was my right hand.
Oh my God, Sarah.
Isn't that crazy? I can remember that too. Yeah. No, that was really dumb. And Craig, I'm still mad at you for that.
Did he think it was super funny?
Oh, hilarious.
I hate that.
He was dying. He thought, and so did everybody else at the table. Everybody was cracking up.
I don't find it funny.
I did not either. But you know what? I probably did. The worst part is I'm probably like in pain because like I'm like just the same way on the challenge when they were like, you know, torturing me and like I'm the victim of all these pranks. I'm like, no, stop, but like cracking up. I guarantee it was like that, which is why I'm like, they love to do that to me because I'm like, still have fun with it. Even
you're the enemy because you're the kind of girl that made boys think that they should do those stupid pool shenanigans, like where they would push you in the pool. I do not like those jokes.
Yeah, and I just loved the attention.
Oh my God, you're the worst.
I know, worst. Totally worst.
I developed a theory recently about dad jokes because I've been really paying attention to it. The other day, Lincoln has a kind of like a rash guard that's Superman style, and it has the logo on the chest, and he stopped wanting to wear it, and I said, you know, what's the deal? And he's like, no, the kids like all call me Superman, I don't like it. So then when we were on vacation, we brought it because it's good for like swimming and stuff, and I'm like, it's fine, like there's no kids, it's just us. And he's like, yeah, but I don't like it. I'll be damned if the first person we saw, this man, didn't make a comment about Superman, and he was like not malicious or anything, like it's just the dad joke. And I started thinking about, why do men do that where they feel like they have to comment about whatever, like smile or whatever the weather is. They're like Captain Comment. And I was thinking about how the dad joke is formed from the fact that women feel like they have to laugh at dumb jokes that men tell. And so then men start to think they're actually funny when they're not. Like, we are perpetuating this, ladies. Don't laugh at their dumb jokes because it encourages them. This is my feeling.
Yeah, but there's got to be something else about, like, not being able to connect on...
Oh, you're going deeper.
Yeah. So I was just reading an article on first impressions, and it was talking about, like, first dates and basically, like, about men externalizing emotions, especially negative ones, whereas women, like, internalize it. And something about, like, because, I don't know, like, they need it to be happy on the outside. So, like, if they need to, like, make a joke to almost, like...
So they want to diffuse any tension all the time.
Yes, yes. I think it's that. Thank you. You're, like, doing a better job explaining it. And if whatever... So they were also saying that, like, the man has to... He, like, judges other people's... like outward expression based on their own. So, like, if the man's feeling positive and he sees somebody else who looks like they're appearing negative, then it makes him reflect on his own. Like, it affects his own level of happiness. So to try to and it explained, as I was reading it, I'm like, this is why guys say smile, because if he looks at you and you're not smiling, they internalize that, like, you know, they're like, oh, they're not smiling. It must mean that, like in some ways, like, lowers their level of happiness.
So,
and in order to, like, fight back that, you know, counter that, they say, oh, I need you to, like, match how I'm feeling.
Yeah, they want you to be a reflection of their internal life.
And they said that this was part of, like, a Western society and how we are attracted to narcissists and how it's like, of, like, displays of, like, confidence and, you know, dominance.
I hate it.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
No,
so
that
I
is.
can see that. It kind of, like, talks about that stuff. And, like, I can see that, like, and, oh, my God, it's always when dads are having fun and doing something, like, they're on vacation, they're at a baseball game, they're in a really good mood. God. So they see a kid who's, like, not, and they're trying to... Okay, whereas a woman will look and they'll try to attach to the emotion and they'll say, oh, it looks like you're sad right now. Are you okay? Like, buddy, it's okay. Nobody's going to judge you.
Yeah.
The dad goes, I'm feeling positive. I got to make this kid feel positive. I know how to do that with a joke. And it's the opposite effect. Yeah. Well, I think we're getting somewhere here.
I totally agree. And you are so right. It is worse when they are on vacation or in any kind of...
Because it's always like that.
Yeah.
They don't make dad jokes when they're sad.
So true.
Because they would probably say something like and bring you down because it's like everybody's got to match. Ooh, interesting.
It is.
I feel like we have, like, a whole study in here that we could, like, inspire somebody to do. And then we're just connecting dots here, but I feel like there's some you know,
like, they expect
strong
their entire
here.
environment to reflect whatever their mood is at that time.
Yes.
Oh.
You're so good at summarizing my thoughts. Like, I'm just, like, trying to collect all these little, like...
Yeah, but you're the one that came up with this theory. I love it. You're the theory creator, and then I'll make it succinct.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
You're so right,
so
though.
cool.
And see, we made a lot of progress, and now I hate men even more.
Oh, my God.
But, I mean, I think it's true. And I know every time he wore that Superman shirt, some dad would make a joke. And I was like, oh, my God, I'm so sorry. Because I would never make that joke. If I saw a kid wearing a shirt, it wouldn't occur to me to be like, hey, Spider-Man, got your web? That's not funny.
Right. Well, I wonder if they would make the joke if he looked like he was having the best time in that
Right,
shirt.
maybe. Yeah.
Like, the joke is made because the dad sees that Lincoln's, like, feeling not
feeling blue.
The best. Yeah. Ooh, cool.
Well, the other thing that's cool is how we have been selling all of our stuff on Poshmark.
Oh, man, so much.
Sarah is...
Get on it, people.
We were doing a competition for a while where I was tracking my sales to yours, but I know you've really pulled ahead.
I've over 2,000.
Oh, my God!
Yeah. I had a big closet clear out. And everything I'm putting up there, I'm selling for like $10, $12, like cheap, and, making good deals.
That is
Everything
so
must
cool.
go.
Poshmark is an app that you can download or a website you can use where you can shop for gently used or even sometimes new items that people are selling to get rid of out of their closet, or you could sell all the stuff in your closet that you want to get rid of. Sarah is, in fact, saving up all the money that she's selling to buy something special.
Yes, I'm going to buy something fancy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's fun because then you don't have to like feel, I don't know, guilty about buying something because...
Yeah, I was really tempted though, and I just said whatever, and I bought one sweatshirt.
I don't judge you.
It was such a good price, but back to saving.
Yeah, you guys can use our code. It's I'm Sarah Rice on Poshmark. If you put in that referral code, you'll get $5 off your first purchase. And a lot of the stuff I'm buying is like $8-10 anyway, so you can get $5 off of that. I bought a pair of UGG sandals that are
they're so cute. I tried to find them. They're not anymore on there.
Really?
Because I was like, damn, I need them too.
You do
now.
need them. When I put them on, they're just so cute.
Though.
And I found them super cheap, and they were brand new with the box. Anyway, you need to use our code I'm Sarah Rice on Poshmark. Download that app, and you'll get $5. What did I want to tell you? Oh, I wanted to add, we had a couple... We were giving our tips over the last few episodes, and I'm starting to realize, like, I have a bunch all the time, so I'm going to do, like, whenever I have them, I'm just going to tell you guys.
Excellent. I love this.
One thing that I thought of is another account to follow, and I saw that somebody was now following their local library and found some...
I saw that, too.
Yeah, that made me feel really happy because that's something free, and you can get a lot out of it. Another great thing to follow on Twitter is at Lit Hub, Literary Hub. It's a daily literary website highlighting the best in contemporary fiction, nonfiction, and criticism. And that's one thing I think people forget about Twitter. If they don't use it a lot, they might not realize that if you follow, you can follow museums. I follow the National Gallery, and you can follow a lot, anything that you want to learn about. If you follow it, then if you see a tweet or a link to something that intrigues you, you can learn more. And I just think that's a great way to stay in touch with like topics that you don't maybe read about a lot, but you want to know more about. So Lit Hub is a good one. And then I have one more. Let me find it.
Yeah.
I think because of our listeners, they're so into books that I wanted to remind them of these because they are great for readers. The other one is called @5_books, 5 books. They publish interviews with authors, academics, and public figures who recommend the best books in their field.
Ooh,
it's so cool.
That's a good one. Because they're talk about curated. Like, yeah.
Like you have an expert, and they tag that person, so you can follow them if you want. And he's a modern historian, and then he'll recommend the 5 best books on World War I. And that's amazing.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm thinking about my book club book for last month, and I would have loved to know her 5 recommendations for books on biology and like plant,
That's what I'm saying. Because
I would love that.
That's like somebody else is doing the curating for you. And they're the experts, so they know. So I just wanted to remind you guys of that. I also have notes that I wanted to remind me to tell you. Oh,
yeah.
And we had talked about like the thing that I bought you for your birthday, that lunch kit. And I just want to encourage people on Instagram to follow like zero waste accounts, because you'll get really good ideas on how to use less crap and, save the environment, but like in cool ways that will probably save you money also.
Love that.
Yeah.
And we freaking have to save the environment, man.
Are you watching that Netflix series? It's not Planet Earth, but it's like the same.
Oh, I need to.
They say it's awesome.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I read an article this morning about the whale that was found with 88 pounds of plastic in its stomach.
My God. For real?
Ooh, for real.
88.
Yeah, for real. And let me see, I have it, how many, they were like found, and there's there's a museum that's collecting all of the information on this. This is an interesting name for a museum, DeBone Collector Museum. They're posting an entire list of all of the things that they found inside this whale, like as they start uncovering what was in it. 16 rice sacks.
Oh my God.
Multiple shopping bags. It's the most plastic they've ever seen in a whale.
Oh man.
It's really sad. So,
can I get your advice? Because I know you're a real anti-straw, plastic straw.
I sure
and
am.
you carry your own metal one, which is really cool that you do that. But I do tease you because it's funny. But like,
be careful when you're drinking hot beverages. I've learned that the hard way. Hey,
wait a minute. You used a metal straw for a hot beverage?
well, yeah, but because it said for hot or cold, and so I tried hot, and I was like, oh, maybe lukewarm. That's hot. It's not too bad, but just saying, be careful.
When I was away in Hawaii, they don't do plastic straws. I assume it's a law, and they do like the paper ones. And Lincoln hated them, and he would just take it out and just not use anything. And I really don't like them either. But I find it really hard also to clean the reusable straws, like the metal and the glass.
You just use a little boop, 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 boop with the little brush.
Yeah. I've had not good luck where I use the brush and like you can tell that it's still not 100%. Do you have any advice? Because I really like a plastic straw. But I don't want the earth to die.
Man, no. I wish I did. I mean, I think my only advice is if you're going to drink something where it would get caught in the straw, to just rinse the straw out after you use it before it gets a little bit dried, because that's really the problem you run into. You have a smoothie or something, and then you just let it dry for too long, or so. And you would just got to make these go to a little bit of inconvenience. It's like the thing is, a lot of the plastic and the waste that we find were all products that were designed for convenience. Like, here, we're going to make these plastic bags so you don't have to bring your own. And yeah, that's great. That's wonderful. But we've gotten so used to the convenience and forgotten about like the damage that it can do. And so we have to go back and become a little bit comfortable with the inconvenience of something. And you know what? Maybe that's good, because the world's moving so fast. Taking 20 seconds to be like mindful in a way and rinse out a straw after you use it maybe will slow us all down. And is not the worst thing. I kind of like try to put a positive spin or a growth mindset outlook on things.
No, I agree with you. I also just, because we're used to the convenience and maybe particular texture or feeling of something when we drink, I just want to think, how can we make this more enjoyable so then people will be inclined to do it, so then we do save the earth and all that, Because if it's gross and it's like a mushy paper straw, people are going to be like, this sucks.
Yeah, the bamboo ones, I think, are pretty good.
Okay.
There's like a material, that could be a solution. So there's like a bamboo material that's lasts much longer, like
more durable.
More durable, but also breaks down just as easily. And I think you can find those online. Like, we used all that bamboo stuff for our wedding, like bamboo plates and bamboo.
Oh yeah, the
all
plates are great. I'll have to check out the straw situation.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on it.
Yeah.
Because
so it's interesting you talk about that, because I was looking at all of the ocean, all the info on like plastic in the ocean and.
Right?
Basically all that.
Well, it's depressing.
Like a new invention. Yeah. There's a new invention to get rid of a lot of the plastic that's being released, I think, this month in the San Francisco area. That's like this floating, like made it look like like kind of took the, we're inspired by like the seashore and how stuff washes up on the shore and created this like drifting, I don't know, rake almost, but like designed like a seashore almost, and it's supposed to not harm the animals, and it's designed so it's like almost passive but it's supposed to collect I think it's like 8,000 tons of plastic every year or something like that, or 8,000, not that many, 8,000 pounds. It's probably 8,000 pounds.
I think whenever these transitions are happening, like do you remember when we first got those, I can't remember what they're called, the light bulbs that are like swirly twirly.
Light bulbs? Oh, fluorescent. Incandescent? No. Fluorescent lights? No.
Not incandescent.
LED lights.
Not LED. I think it's in between. Now I can't remember.
Oh, what are they called?
But they're just like the spiral shape. And
yeah.
At first, like the first generation of those, they would take forever to actually warm up and turn on all the way. And people were
That's
like,
true.
boy, this sucks to be environmentally conscious. But now they've improved them and they're so much better. And they really are just as good as the incandescent and last way longer. But I think that it's like that with the straws. Like, we're not caught up with, so it's kind of like that first generation where we're like, ooh, this is not ideal.
That's a good point.
But we'll get there.
You're right. And they also started improving the hue, like the
yes,
whatever the light that emits. It used to be that awful blue.
Yes.
The only place where they haven't quite caught up is Christmas lights.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Where I'm like, ugh, they're that blue ones, and I have to return them, and only certain brands have that yellow tone. And I'm like, I don't want blue lights.
One of my favorite books
eyes.
on the subject is Living Like Ed. It's by Ed Begley Jr.
Oh, yes.
I read that when I first moved out to LA because I really was feeling like I needed to make some changes. And his book is so great because he makes the pitch of like, okay, maybe you don't even care about the earth, but you can save a ton of money if you do the following things. So how about that? How about do it because of that? So
how about that? Speaking of which, we are now proud owners of solar.
No.
Yep, we got it last week.
Wait, tell me everything.
It was great. I mean, I didn't really do much. Somebody else did all the work and put it up on the roof.
Yeah.
And we have a house that's like positioned where we get sun it's like perfect time of day and they, so now we're just like, collecting power from the sun.
No way.
And it's great. It took it's $200 a month to lease the stuff.
Yeah.
And after you pay it all off, $14 a month, our energy bill.
Wow.
And then some months we make money because we like sell it back to the electric companies.
That's what our listener, Emily Lewis, she was telling us that when they got solar, and I think she's the one where they got made so much that they make a profit each month because it goes to like the neighbors
great.
And all that stuff.
Yes.
How cool
That's
is
what
that?
I'm hoping. That is, it's great. And, as an owner of a pool, it was so expensive. It's like a joke. I wouldn't even go in because I'm like, nope, I can't turn it on. It's like, my mom was like the person when we were little, she would tell us that it was 25 cents or like 50 cents every time you open the refrigerator. So she would because she hated it, we would just like open it and stand in front of it. She'd be like 50 cents and she would like yell it from downstairs. And so I have it like in my head that like I'm like adding up
all the 50 cents.
Yep. And so I'm like, oh my God, things are getting so expensive. So with the pool, I'm like the same. Like, nope, we can't turn it on. I'm adding it up in my head and it's going to be so expensive.
Wow.
And so we saved a bundle because after summer, oh my gosh, when we saw our first electrical bill, we were like, oh, are you kidding me? That's insane. So
that's so
this is
cool
a nice
that
solution.
you got solar. I didn't even know you could rent them.
About it. Yeah, you like lease them or you can, or like they do, you lease them or like you I don't know, payment plan, whatever. You pay them off, and then, and then that's it. There you go.
See, this is what I'm talking about. You got to walk the walk.
That's right. We are. We're trying to do that over here. I told that to Landon. I was like, be the change.
Did you really say that?
We were like joking around about how like, look at how good our carbon footprint's going to be and what we did and da-da-da-da. And we're like, we're being the change we want to see in the world. We were like,
did you see that clip that went viral? I forget the guy's name, but he, I think he's from the Netherlands, and he was at the Davos conference, which is about, the environment and whatever. And he's the one that was like, I feel like I'm at a conference on firefighting and we can't talk about water. And like there's all these private jets that flew in to a conference about carbon footprint and the environment. Like, we're all hypocrites in one way or another, so let's talk about it.
That was great.
Yeah.
I did like that.
It's true, though. And if you can make people see that whatever sustainable living can be beneficial to their, their wallet, too, then you're onto something. Like, you have to make things appealing to people because people are busy and they have a lot of crap going on, so got to give them an incentive to do better.
Yeah, and I think you're right about the transition periods, and we just got to find the thing that works. And sometimes it takes a while to perfect a product like a straw, and paper, not the best.
Well, that's That's why the kind of capitalistic model can be beneficial in times like these, because it's like there's an incentive for people to make a better product because we'll pay for it.
Totally. And in this article I was reading about the thing that they're launching to collect all of the plastic, what they're doing is with the plastic that they collect, they're creating products that are will be labeled made from ocean plastics and sold at a premium. And that works. Because I did that. I went to, I think it was, I don't know where it was, Nordstrom or something, and they had these bracelets that were made, like every bracelet you bought was made from like 1 pound, or like it was equal to like 1 pound of waste from the ocean or something like that. And so I got it, and it's like made from plastic, and I like proudly wear it. And the same with my Rothy shoes. I like love those from, water bottles, but it's still like made from plastic, and I love it. So they're taking this ocean plastic and, selling it at a premium for because people like me who care a lot about this, and like, yes, I'm willing to pay even if it just helps a little bit. So that's kind of like capitalism at work there too.
Yeah, like that's the upside, is that perhaps the best kind of products will come out of it, and then we'll be making a difference.
Yep.
Well, I think we're done here today.
Yeah.
I've had a pleasant time.
Me too. And you know what? I like that we kind of like tied it all together with like the ocean and your trip to Hawaii.
See?
And Spam and Sabi.
Right. It was unintentional, but...
Dad jokes. I don't know if they fit in there somewhere.
I hate the patriarchy.
Yep. It's always got to be in there.
All right. Well, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a 5-star review, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
This podcast is brought to you by Wave Podcast Network. Check out all of our shows, including the Brain Candy Podcast, I Don't Get It, Coffee Convos, and Let's Talk About It.